Hello, everyone. If you've ever found yourself squinting at a restaurant menu or maybe holding your phone just a little bit farther away to read a text, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, we're diving into how our eyesight changes as we get older, and maybe more importantly, what we can actually do to support it for the long haul.
So, let's just tackle this head-on. Is it a foregone conclusion? Most of us just kind of assume that needing reading glasses is a rite of passage, something that's just bound to happen. But what if that's not the whole story? Let's dig into the science a little bit and see if inevitable is really the right word.
All right, to really get what's going on, we need to zoom in. Way in, down to the cellular level inside your eye. Because it turns out the key to our vision isn't just about the lens or the muscles, it's really about energy.
Okay, so meet the superstars of your vision, the cone cells. You can think of these as the tiny ultra-high-definition cameras in the very back of your eye, all packed into a super important area called the macula. They're the reason you can see sharp details and all those vibrant colors. They do all the heavy lifting for your vision.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Those little HD cameras we just talked about, your cone cells, well, they are absolutely stuffed with these mitochondria, these tiny power plants. In fact, they have more of them than almost any other cell in your entire body. Why? Because seeing clearly is an incredibly energy-hungry job.
And right here, this is the heart of the matter. As we age, for a lot of reasons, one big one being something called oxidative stress, which is basically microscopic wear and tear over time, the number of these little power plants starts to dwindle. This creates a legitimate energy crisis, right where you need that energy the most. So it's not that your eyes are just wearing out, it's more like they're slowly running out of fuel.
And this chart? It shows you exactly what that energy crisis looks like in the real world. A 60-year-old might need 3 times as much light to see with the same sharpness as a 20-year-old. So that feeling of needing to turn on every lamp in the room to read a book, that's not just a random quirk, it's a direct symptom of that reduced cellular energy.
And this whole thing doesn't happen overnight, right? It's a progression. It often starts subtly. First, maybe you find it a little harder to see at night. That's your contrast sensitivity going down. Then, you find yourself needing more and more light to read comfortably. After that, you might notice more glare when you're driving in the rain, and eventually, it can lead to a loss of that fine detail vision that our macula is responsible for.
So, if we know this is fundamentally an energy problem, it begs the question, is there anything we can actually do about it? And the answer is a big yes. We can look at our habits, our light exposure, and our nutrition as a kind of powerful toolkit for our eye health. Okay, let's start with light. We often think of light as part of the problem. Too much screen light causing strain. But what if we could actually use specific kinds of light to our advantage?
The research here is pretty fascinating. For instance, some studies suggest that specific wavelengths of red light might actually help our mitochondria work more efficiently. Then there's a simple habit, like just watching the sunrise or sunset, not staring at the sun, of course, which can help regulate your body's internal clock. And even something as simple as choosing the right lamp for reading, a warm LED pointed at the page instead of into your eyes, can make a huge difference in reducing strain.
This probably won't come as a shock, but what we eat has a massive impact on our eyes. Our eyes need very specific nutrients to build and protect all their delicate parts, and our diet is where they get them from.
So let's look at a few of the power players. You've got lutein and zeaxanthin, which are amazing antioxidants that protect the eye. Now, kale is a great source, but here's the interesting part. They're actually more bioavailable in egg yolks. That just means your body can absorb and use them way more easily. Then there's vitamin A, which is absolutely critical for night vision, and even vitamin B1, which can play a role in fighting off dry eyes.
Wow, this quote really hammers home a critical point. It's not just about getting specific nutrients. Our overall metabolic health is absolutely paramount. High blood sugar can wreak havoc on the tiny, delicate blood vessels in our retina. This makes managing our blood sugar a true cornerstone of long-term eye health.
All right, now let's talk about our daily lives. All the stuff we've talked about, cellular energy, light, nutrition, it's all affected by how we use our eyes day in and day out. We spend so much time staring at screens at one fixed distance, and frankly, our eyes just weren't designed for that. So we need to build in some proactive countermeasures.
You've probably heard of the 20-20-20 rule. It's popular for a reason. It really works. But here's a little upgrade for you. While you're doing it, while you're looking off into the distance, make a real effort to do a full blink every 5 seconds or so.
Most of us just forget to blink when we're zoned in on a screen, and that's a major cause of dry, tired eyes.
So really, it's all about making a conscious swap. Instead of just staring at your screen for hours on end, you actively look for chances to focus on things far away. Look out a window at a tree, a cloud, anything. And instead of forgetting to blink, you make it an intentional practice. These little shifts help undo that constant muscle tension from focusing up close all day.
Okay, so we've covered the science, we've gone through some strategies and habits. So what's the big picture here? What does this all mean? It's really about shifting our whole mindset, moving away from just passively accepting vision decline and toward proactively supporting our eye health every single day.
So here are the key things to take away with you. First off, remember, this isn't just about your eyes wearing out. It's an energy problem. Second, consistency is everything. Small habits you do every day matter so much more than some big thing you do once in a while. Third, what you eat and how you manage your blood sugar are absolutely foundational. And finally, just give your eyes a break. Give them the variety of focus they were designed for.
Look, this isn't about trying to do everything at once. That's just overwhelming. This is about feeling empowered and taking one small step. Maybe it's finally committing to that 20-20-20 rule with the blinking. Maybe it's just adding some eggs to your breakfast routine. Just think about it for a second. What is one small thing you can start doing today to invest in a clearer future for your eyes?